Is it true you're dating Dave Hester, Mary?
Yeah, okay. No and a no. And a no.
I can make something out of anything. I have to be choosy now with finding good quality raw materials. So that's been my whole thing.
Mary Padian from Storage Wars has disappeared from the spotlight, leaving fans wondering, what happened to her? The disappearance has sparked rumors and speculations, but the truth is even more surprising. So where has Mary Padian been all this time, and what's she been up to? Join us as we uncover the mystery of Mary Padian's disappearance from Storage Wars. From magazine pages to storage treasures. Before Mary Padian became a familiar face on television, her path was anything but predictable. She did not dream of fame or reality shows. Instead, her early years were all about something quieter and equally creative: journalism. After graduating, Mary started her career with an internship at D Magazine, a well-known local publication. It was the perfect beginning for someone with her background, giving her a taste of the professional world and all it had to offer. But life has a way of surprising us. Even though she began in journalism, Mary's heart began to change. Her love for beauty, style, and self-expression led her to a job at Architectural Digest, a magazine famous for its stunning home design and decor. While working there, she developed a sharp eye for detail, learning to appreciate the art of combining colors, textures, and unique pieces in a way that tells a story. This experience helped her grow creatively and see beauty in places she hadn't before. Yet, something still did not feel quite right. Mary realized that, despite loving the design world, the corporate setting wasn't where her heart was. She did not just want to admire beautiful things, she wanted to find them, restore them, and bring them back to life. With that realization, Mary took a bold step and decided to follow her passion. Mary opened a small shop in her town. Back then, thrifting wasn't popular, but Mary did not mind. She loved sifting through second-hand treasures, seeing the hidden potential in items others overlooked. She would clean them up, fix them, and transform them into something special. Each piece had its story, and Mary became the storyteller, sharing these forgotten gems with the world. Her shop quickly began to attract attention. It was a refreshing change from her previous office job, where she spent her time writing articles and editing designs. Now she was active, creating, negotiating, and building connections with people who appreciated the uniqueness of her finds. Word spread, and more visitors came, eager to discover one-of-a-kind treasures. Among those who took notice was Morris Mo Prigoff, a collector from the popular show Storage Wars. Mo saw something in Mary, her ability to spot hidden value, and her talent for giving old items a fresh start. Mo knew Mary had the personality, skills, and creativity needed to thrive on television. When a spot opened up on Storage Wars, he invited her to join, and Mary was more than ready. Every step she had taken, from journalism to design to thrifting, had unknowingly prepared her for this exciting opportunity. Knowing her from Storage Wars is different from knowing her roots. What was her early days like? How did it shape her into the treasure we all know now? Let's look into it. Mary's unforgettable beginnings. Mary Padian's rise to television fame did not happen overnight. It was a slow and steady journey, shaped by her upbringing, her creativity, and a deep love for discovering hidden beauty in the world around her. Born on a warm August day in 1980 in Dallas, Texas, Mary's story began long before reality TV came into the picture. Mary grew up in a home full of love and culture. Her father, John, had Irish roots, while her mother, Teresa, came from Lebanese ancestry. Growing up in a family with two distinct cultures gave Mary a unique perspective on life. She learned to appreciate diversity, traditions, and, most importantly, the beauty in differences. This blend of cultures played a big role in shaping the person she would become. Someone with an eye for beauty in the most unexpected places. Her father, John, worked in a scrap metal business. To many, it might seem like a hard and uninteresting job, but for Mary, it sparked her passion for finding hidden value. She watched her father transform scraps into useful items, teaching her an important lesson early on. Value isn't always about being new or shiny. It's about seeing potential, even in the roughest of things. Mary's mother, Teresa, had a gift for finding beauty in forgotten treasures. She loved going to garage sales and flea markets, bringing home hidden gems. Little Mary often went along, absorbing everything she could. These trips weren't just about shopping. They were adventures in discovery. Each dusty box or old item had a story to tell, and Mary began to realize that behind every object was a life, a history waiting to be uncovered. These early experiences sparked Mary's love for storytelling. She did not just see a chipped vase or an old photo, she saw the memories and emotions tied to them. This connection between objects and their stories stayed with her as she grew older, shaping how she viewed the world around her. When it was time to go to college, Mary chose to study photojournalism at the University of Texas at Austin. This decision wasn't random. She had always been fascinated by visual storytelling and wanted to learn how to capture emotions and stories through pictures. In college, Mary honed her skills in photography, design, and writing. She learned how to convey powerful messages with just a single image, teaching her to notice the small details that others might overlook. This new perspective opened Mary's eyes to the beauty in everyday life. Through her camera lens, she began to see the world differently. She learned how to find the hidden value in objects and scenes that many might dismiss, a skill that would serve her well in her future work in upcycling and finding treasures in abandoned storage units. After graduation, Mary made a bold move to New York City. For a girl raised in the quiet, comforting environment of Texas, this was a huge change. The busy streets, the fast pace, and the tall buildings were worlds away from what she knew. But Mary saw this as an opportunity for growth. She embraced the challenge, knowing it would push her limits and open up new possibilities. Mary's early life may not have seemed like the start of a TV star's journey, but every moment, from helping her dad at the scrapyard to tagging along with her mom on flea market trips, shaped her future. Her background, filled with rich experiences and a deep love for hidden stories, gave her the tools she needed to succeed. It wasn't fame that defined Mary, but her passion for finding value in the overlooked and forgotten. And in the end, it was her ability to bring new life to discarded treasures that would lead her to become the beloved figure she is today. Hidden fortunes and rising fame. When Mary Padian joined Storage Wars, she had no idea how much her world was about to change. What started as a fun hobby, searching for vintage treasures and unique old pieces, quickly turned into something bigger. With her kind heart, curious mind, and cheerful personality, Mary did not just become part of the show. She became one of its most loved stars. Mary first appeared on Storage Wars, Texas, a spin-off of the original show. At first, she was just a guest, but by the second season, she was a full-time cast member. Everyone, from the producers to the audience, could see that Mary brought something special. She had a way of turning dusty, forgotten items into beautiful treasures. Her joy was real, and her love for antiques was honest. You could tell she wasn't doing it just for the money. She was doing it because she truly cared. Storage Wars started airing in 2010 on A&E and quickly became a hit. The idea was simple but exciting. People would bid on abandoned storage units without knowing exactly what was inside. They could only peek through the door before deciding how much they wanted to pay. That mystery made every episode a little adventure. Sometimes the lockers were filled with junk. Other times, they held rare items worth thousands. And that gamble kept everyone, both the buyers and the viewers, on the edge of their seats. This world of quick thinking and fast bidding was perfect for Mary. She had grown up going to flea markets with her mom and working around scrap metal with her dad. She had learned to look closely, to notice the small things others missed. Her background in photojournalism helped too. It taught her how to see stories in everyday objects. So while others focused on fast money, Mary focused on finding meaning and beauty. In 2012, the producers saw Mary's talent and charm and knew she belonged on the show. She did not act like a typical reality star. She did not shout or try to be the center of attention. She just did what she loved, searching for hidden gems, fixing them up, and sharing their stories. And people fell in love with her for it. Her gentle spirit and warm smile made her stand out in a cast full of big personalities. Every episode brought a new adventure. One day, Mary might find a rare piece of decor. Another day, she might fix up a forgotten chair and give it a second life. She made it fun, she made it sweet, and she made it inspiring. People watching at home began to see that old things still had value. They started to believe that with a little love and creativity, even the most broken items could shine again. The show itself was full of interesting people. Jared and Brandy worked as a team. Daryl was loud and bold. Renee and Casey brought laughs. Laura Dotson ran the auctions like a pro. And when Barry Weiss came back in season 13, fans were thrilled. But even among such a colorful group, Mary had her quiet magic. She did not need to be the loudest or the flashiest. Her calm confidence and kind nature made her unforgettable. Mary showed that success doesn't have to come with noise or drama. She proved that you can stay true to yourself and still make a big impact. But what influence does Mary have on the Storage Wars? What unique style did she bring on the show? Let's find out. Mary's magic touch. From the moment Mary Padian first appeared on Storage Wars, she stood out. While others chased big money and flashy finds, Mary had something different in mind. She wasn't just looking for valuable things. She was searching for meaning, for beauty, and for second chances. Other buyers raced to bid on units filled with electronics, antiques, or anything that looked expensive. But Mary, she had a softer eye. She looked for the forgotten pieces, the dusty lamp, the broken chair, the rusty sign. Where others saw junk, she saw possibility. To her, these items weren't trash. They were waiting to be loved again. Mary's style brought something fresh and special to the show. She wasn't just a buyer, she was a dreamer. A chipped table could become a charming piece with a little care. An old trunk wasn't just storage, it was a piece of history. Her talent for design and her gentle touch turned throwaways into treasures. Viewers loved watching her transform something old into something beautiful. It wasn't just fun, it was inspiring. Her love for the unusual made her stand out. Mary did not mind messy lockers or piles of dust. She rolled up her sleeves and got to work. She reminded people of themselves, shopping at garage sales, wandering through flea markets, hoping to find that one perfect thing no one else noticed. And when she found it, her smile lit up the screen. But what truly made Mary shine was her heart. She did not just clean up old items, she told their stories. A cracked mirror held memories. An antique chair had a past. Mary had a way of making people feel connected to these objects, and in doing so, she made the show feel more personal. It wasn't just about money, it was about meaning. So when Mary left Storage Wars, fans felt the loss deeply. They missed her warmth, her creativity, and her gentle spirit. Online, people shared kind words and asked why she left. No one knew the full reason, but one thing was clear. Mary had made a big difference, and her absence left a hole. Mary's journey began on Storage Wars, Texas, where she quickly caught everyone's attention. By 2014, she joined the original Storage Wars cast in Season 5. It was a big step, bidding alongside seasoned veterans, but she held her own. Mary wasn't loud or flashy, but her calm confidence made her a strong competitor. The auctions were fast, noisy, and unpredictable. Sometimes you won big. Sometimes you ended up with broken furniture and tangled cords. But Mary never lost her cool. She trusted her instincts and believed in what others overlooked. She did not give up, even when things did not go her way. That quiet determination made her even more lovable. Each episode brought surprises and suspense. Would a dusty box hide a rare treasure, or just a pile of junk? Mary brought balance to all the excitement. While others stressed or argued, she stayed kind, steady, and hopeful. She knew that beauty often hides in plain sight. You just have to look closely. More than just a TV star, Mary became a gentle reminder that old things, and even old dreams, can come back to life. She taught us that not everything has to be new to be special. With love, care, and a little imagination, anything can have a second chance. And that's what made Mary Padian unforgettable. Not because she shouted the loudest or found the rarest treasure, but because she brought heart, hope, and a little magic to every dusty box she opened. The controversies that rocked Storage Wars. Storage Wars started off like a treasure hunt. Every episode was filled with mystery, excitement, and the hope that something amazing was hiding behind a dusty storage door. People from all walks of life came together to bid on abandoned lockers, not knowing what was inside. That was the charm. That was the fun. At first, it felt real, like anyone could stumble across a hidden gem and turn it into gold. Viewers loved the suspense, the thrill of the unknown, and the joy of small surprises. It wasn't just about money. It was about hope, luck, and a little bit of magic. But as time went on, whispers began to grow louder. People started to wonder, was it all real? Rumors spread that the show was being staged, that producers were planting items inside the units to make the show more exciting. Fans who once watched with wide eyes now watched with doubt. The sparkle began to fade. For some viewers, the hardest part was seeing their favorite cast members struggle with this change, especially Mary Padian. Mary was different, sweet, genuine, and full of creativity. She did not just chase profit. She loved the hunt, the story, and the second chances hidden in old, dusty things. So when Mary's appearances started to fade, fans noticed. Many believed she wasn't comfortable pretending for the camera, and maybe they were right. Over in Storage Wars, Texas, Mary had already made a big name for herself. She brought a soft, artistic touch to the fast-paced world of auctions. People loved her for it. But even that show began to lose its shine. What started as a fun spin-off soon felt too much like the original. The surprise was gone. The excitement dimming. By 2014, Storage Wars Texas quietly disappeared from TV. There was no big announcement, no final goodbye, just silence. Viewers were left with questions. Why did it end? What happened to the cast? For most, that was the end of their TV journey. But not for Mary. Fans loved her too much to let her go. They begged the producers to bring her to the main show, and it worked. Mary left Texas and moved to California, chasing her dream and bringing her heart and soul to a brand new chapter. She returned to Storage Wars, ready to keep doing what she loved. But behind the scenes, things were getting messy. In 2019, longtime cast member Dave Hester made bold claims. He said the show wasn't real anymore, that the drama was scripted, the fines were fake, and the magic had been replaced with made-up moments. He even took the show to court. It was a shock. Suddenly, fans were unsure what to believe. Could they trust the show they once adored? Was the thrill of discovery real, or just for the cameras? Even though some of the legal claims were dropped, the damage had already been done. People now watched with caution, not wonder. Eventually, Hester returned to the show. But the trust between the show and its audience had been cracked. And for loyal fans like Mary's, the heart of Storage Wars had always been in its honesty. That anyone, even someone like Mary, could find something special with a little faith and a sharp eye. Though the show carried on, it was never quite the same. The sparkle was dimmed, the magic felt a little too polished. Still, for many, the memory of those early episodes and of Mary Padian's kind heart, her clever finds, and her belief in second chances remains the sweetest part of the Storage Wars story. Because even if the show changed, Mary's spirit reminded us that the real treasure is in seeing beauty where no one else does. But the question that still lingers is, why did Mary leave? Where is she now? Let's uncover the reasons and speculations behind her disappearance. The quiet exit that left fans wondering. When Storage Wars returned with a new format and cast, fans quickly noticed the absence of Mary Padian, a beloved personality from the show. There was no farewell episode, no official statement, and no grand send-off. She simply disappeared, leaving viewers confused and curious about her departure. Mary's exit was subtle and unremarkable, almost as if she quietly slipped away without anyone realizing it at first. This made her absence even more intriguing. Unlike some cast members who left amid controversies, Mary's departure seemed to stem from a different reason. It wasn't fueled by anger or frustration, at least not publicly. Instead, it appeared to be a shift in priorities, a gentle transition into a new chapter of her life. Some fans speculate that she might have shared the same concerns as former cast member Dave Hester, who questioned the authenticity of the show. Others believe that the thrill of bidding on abandoned lockers may have diminished for her. Perhaps Mary simply sought something more fulfilling than what reality television could provide. While these theories remain unverified, one thing is certain: Mary chose to leave on her terms. After her time on Storage Wars, Mary continued to pursue her passion. Her love for discovering unique, forgotten treasures did not wane. Rather than searching through lockers on screen, she channeled her energy into expanding her business, Mary's Finds. The store, which had already garnered attention during her time on the show, became her primary focus. Although Mary stepped back from television, she hasn't vanished. Instead, she transformed how she shares her life with others. Through social media, particularly Instagram, she connects with her fans by offering glimpses into her creative endeavors. Whether showcasing a recent thrift store treasure, sharing home decor ideas, or posting about her travels and hobbies. Mary keeps her content personal and genuine. Her platform isn't just for promoting her business. Mary engages with her audience in a sincere and warm manner. This authenticity is what keeps her followers loyal, even after her time on TV. She isn't seeking fame or attention, she's simply living her life and inviting others to join her journey. Mary's path is unique compared to many reality stars. While some either cling to fame or disappear entirely, she has found a middle ground. She gracefully stepped away from the screen and created something that truly represents her. Her fans may miss her on Storage Wars, but many have continued to support her as she explores a world where creativity, passion, and authenticity take precedence over television ratings. Life after the auction, Mary's next chapter. After Storage Wars, Mary Padian did not slow down, not even for a second. Instead, her life took off in a lovely new direction. She poured her heart into Mary's Finds, a small store she had started years before, back when it was just a side project. What once was a fun little hobby quickly became her true passion. Mary's Finds wasn't just any shop. Walking through the doors felt like stepping into a magical place. Every corner was filled with vintage treasures, old wooden chairs, rusty signs, antique mirrors, each one holding a special story. Mary did not just sell old things, she saw the beauty in them, gave them new life, and turned them into something wonderful. She cleaned them, fixed them, painted them with love. What once looked like junk became something someone would proudly display in their home. What made Mary's store so special was her heart. She wasn't just a shop owner, she was a storyteller. Every item she sold had a past, and she made sure that story was shared. People did not just buy furniture, they took home a piece of history. Her sweet personality and creative spirit drew people in, not only from Texas, but from all over the country. As her fan base grew, Mary realized she could do even more. So, she brought Mary's Finds online. Now, anyone from anywhere could browse her unique collection with just a few clicks. Each item on her website reflected her one-of-a-kind style. Rustic, warm, full of charm and nostalgia. It wasn't just shopping, it was an experience. Going from TV star to business owner wasn't easy. But for Mary, it felt right. On Storage Wars, people loved her because she was honest, kind, and truly passionate. That same energy carried into her business. She did not just want to make money, she wanted to make people smile. Her store gave her purpose. It became a way to share her love for art, design, and second chances. Even with all her success, Mary stayed grounded. She kept her life simple, filled with family, friends, and things that mattered most. Her warmth never changed, even when her name grew bigger. That's what made people love her even more. When the pandemic hit in 2020, it brought tough times for small businesses. Mary had to make a hard choice and close her physical store. But she did not give up. Instead, she focused on her online shop and used social media to stay connected. She shared videos of her fixing up furniture, fun behind-the-scenes moments, and updates from her everyday life. Her followers felt like close friends, cheering her on through it all. But Mary's story doesn't stop with vintage decor. With her growing platform, she wanted to help others. She partnered with Ubuntu Life, a nonprofit that supports children in Kenya with neurological disorders. The group provides care, education, and hope to children and their families. Mary helped raise money and awareness by showcasing handmade items created by mothers involved in the program. This part of her journey shows what really makes Mary special. She doesn't just see value in old furniture, she sees value in people. Her heart is big, her spirit is kind, and her work is full of meaning. Whether she's fixing a broken table, running a shop, or helping children across the world, Mary does it with love. Speaking of love, what was her love life like? Is she married or in a relationship? Let's dive into it. A glimpse into Mary Padian's private world. Mary Padian is more than just a familiar face from Storage Wars. She's the girl with the bright smile, big heart, and a special gift for turning old, forgotten things into something beautiful. Fans fell in love with her not just because of her eye for antiques, but because of her joyful spirit and kindness. But while we've seen a lot of her work and creativity, there's one part of her life she's kept mostly private, her love life. Unlike many people on reality TV who share every detail of their relationships, Mary has always chosen a simpler path. She doesn't post about her dates or talk about romance in interviews, and maybe that's what makes her even more special. She keeps what's closest to her heart, quiet and protected. In 2016, fans got a rare surprise. During one episode of Storage Wars, Mary introduced her boyfriend, Dylan. Just like Mary, he was from Texas. They seemed happy and close, and viewers were excited to get a small peek into her personal life. But after that one appearance, Dylan wasn't seen again. No photos, no updates, no mention. Fans were left wondering, were they still together? Did they go their separate ways? The mystery only grew over time. Some fans guessed that she and her co-star, Brandon Sheets, might be more than friends, but those rumors were quickly shut down. Mary and Brandon shared a professional bond and friendly teamwork, nothing more. Still, there have been little clues here and there. Mary sometimes posts cozy photos of candlelit dinners, scenic trips, or sweet, quiet moments. She never names anyone or tags a person in the pictures, but fans can't help but wonder. Could Dylan still be the one? The truth is, Mary doesn't need to explain. Her silence isn't hiding anything. It's protecting something meaningful. In a world that loves gossip and flashy headlines, Mary has chosen love in its purest form. Quiet, steady, and full of care. She doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. She lives with grace, letting her actions speak louder than words. And that's exactly why people admire her so much. She's strong, thoughtful, and true to herself. Whether she's restoring a vintage chair or supporting children through charity work, she puts love and intention into everything she does. That same love likely lives in her personal life too, where she's built a connection that doesn't need cameras or applause. As far as we know, she and Dylan aren't married or engaged, but that doesn't seem to matter. Their relationship, if it's still quietly blooming, seems built on trust, shared values, and deep understanding. Whether they're traveling, hunting for antiques, or simply enjoying a quiet evening at home, it's clear Mary has found a calm and joyful rhythm in her life. Mary Padian has always walked her path. From her days on TV to her current work running Mary's Finds and supporting good causes, she's done it all with creativity, kindness, and a peaceful strength that inspires so many. Her story isn't loud, it's lovely. It reminds us that some of the most beautiful things grow quietly, just like the treasures she finds. And while we may not know everything about her love story, one thing is clear. Mary is still writing it, with warmth, grace, and a heart full of joy. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.